What up, nerds? I hope that you all are doing lovely this evening. It's been a whole day, and it's been a good day, and I am excited to yap about it, as I do every night in these videos. I have to tell y'all, I am still reeling from last night's realizations that I posted last night in the video that I did. Those realizations have steadily just been kind of sitting on me. I feel like whenever I have spiritual realizations, I feel like it takes them a minute to settle on my spirit, you know? And so today was one of those days where it was settling on my spirit. But I missed you guys, as I do, even though it's only been a few hours since the last video that I did. It doesn't mean I miss you any less. I hope that you're feeling energized. I hope that you're feeling loved. I hope that you're feeling supported. And all those wonderful things. I hope that you're feeling contemplative, that you're thinking about life and, kind of where you're at right now and all the things that make you you. I hope that you're thinking about those things and getting a good feel for it and appreciating it. Did you drink some water today? If you did not, now's a good time for us to do that together. So, bon appetit. So good. Man, it was a good day today. It was a very good day. So good that I am actually tired. I like when this happens, when I have done enough to be tired. I went and did some birthday things with some friends. We had a friend, my sister and I, we had a friend whose birthday was today, and it was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed the celebration. I was invited, and we watched Studio Ghibli movies. I have always wanted to watch Studio Ghibli movies. For those of you that don't know, Studio Ghibli is it's like an animation company, I suppose, but the style, of the anime, it's so beautiful. It's so well done. The music is so beautiful. So, let's see, a couple of them, Spirited Away is one, Ponyo is another, Kiki's Delivery Service, let's see, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke. These are staples that are a part of the Studio Ghibli animation. And today we watched, we got there later, so it was at the end of Ponyo, which I love. And then we saw Princess Mononoke, which was very intense and emotional. And then for the very first time, I saw Howl's Moving Castle. And I have been wanting to watch Studio Ghibli movies for forever. I just never had access to them, financially, where they're streaming and stuff. And I never wanted to watch them when I was growing up because I knew that, so much of it is emotional. Howl's Moving Castle is a love story. And, back when I was a A1 hater of love and romance, there was no way in hell I was going to be caught dead watching Studio Ghibli movies. But they were like, oh, let's watch a movie. And I was like, I would really like to watch Howl's Moving Castle if that's okay with everyone. And everybody got excited. So that's what we watched. And it was so emotional. And I loved it. And if you're a person who loves soulmates and you love love and you love romance plots, go and watch Howl's Moving Castle. Like, watch some Studio Ghibli stuff because it really will connect with your inner child. It's great. It's great. And then, of course, Howl is voiced in the dub by Christian Bale, and he does a fantastic job. He has an amazing voice. Amazing voice. So it was really great. It was a feel-good day. So we did that, and then I painted pottery for the first time today. I was very happy. We went to a place called All Fired Up here in Orlando, Florida, and it was just a few of us. It wasn't like a big party or anything, but a few of us went, and I am so excited. I did a mushroom, and I tried to get it like the marbling 6 minutes and 6 seconds as I'm saying this, so I feel like there's some artists who are watching this video. Hello, artists. I got to paint. I picked a mushroom. I picked a really small mushroom. And how this particular pottery place works, I did not get all of my makeup, so forgive me. I've got like some dark stuff going on. And it's because like I didn't wipe it all off. My makeup that I wore. But so you go into the place and they have these shelves and you can pick various little like ceramics to paint. And I picked an itty bitty mushroom because it was only like 15 bucks, and I was like, okay, I can do that. So I got this little mushroom, and I wanted to do kind of like a dark blue / purple type marbling on it. And then for the circles on the mushroom, I did like a copper color because they didn't have gold. 7 minutes and 7 seconds as I say that. But so I did that, and I'm really excited. So the way that they do it is you paint all of that stuff, and then they put it, ooh. Oh my gosh, I just got really dizzy out of nowhere and lightheaded. Oh my goodness, let me have some more water. Give me a moment. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that was intense. But luckily, I'm already sitting down. Ha ha ha. You think you can take me out? But yeah, so we did the, everybody painted their little ceramics, and it was really great. And then what you do is you leave them there, and they'll be done in 5 days. So today, actually, by the time you're watching this, it's Tuesday, but they'll be done by Saturday. So on Saturday night's video that I do for you guys, I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna show you, and I'm actually very, very excited because this is like, I started connecting with my inner child years ago by painting, because it was always something that I was afraid to do because I was a perfectionist. Like, I was raised as a perfectionist, so I only ever did things if I knew that I was going to be somewhat decent at them. And if I knew I was gonna suck at it, I was like, why am I doing this? And it's like, for the fun, bro. But I didn't know anything about the fun. I didn't know anything about connecting with my inner child. At like the age of 16, 17, I was over here like, give me a business suit and a fucking clipboard, let's go. So when I first started reconnecting with my inner child, I went to like an arts and crafts store, and I picked up like a pack. It was like a $10 pack of like 10 canvases that were like yay big, and I just painted whatever. I didn't try to do anything like fancy. I didn't try to do like actual images. I just did color splashes, and I like just drew all over it. And the first 2 paintings that I did, not the first 2, like a couple of them I kept, but like I did a couple, and then my dad has 2 of them hanging up in his office space, and that made me really happy. I was like, yes, my artwork made it on the fridge, essentially. And so but I had always wanted to paint pottery, I had wanted to go to a pottery class for a while and do like the pottery wheel where you shape it, but then I was like, nah, I don't have the arm strength, I don't have the upper back strength, I don't have the posture to sit at a wheel like that and mold it, because it is tough. Like, it does take work. It takes muscle to mold pottery. So I was like, I just want to paint it. So I always miss these types of things. Like, I've always been the person who people invite places and I didn't go because since life was, chaotic growing up, I did my best. Vulnerability moment. I did my best to gain control in various areas, and part of the way that I was able to feel like I was in control was to just never go anywhere. I would just stay at home where I knew what to expect for the most part. And so I didn't go out with people a lot because A, I didn't feel safe, B, chaos, low level of anxiety, all that stuff. But now I go out. I try to go out as often as I can. I had originally said in a video here that I didn't feel like going, and that I wasn't moved to go. So I wasn't moved to go Sunday night, and I'm glad I didn't. I was actually very rested for today's festivities. Festivities. In the beninging. In the beninging. In the beninging. A dem. So that's the first little like pottery thing that I've ever done, and I'm really excited. So I have done sketching. I've sketched for my inner child. I have painted for my inner child. I now have painted pottery for my inner child. My inner child, she's very artsy. She loves doing art stuff. And she's not concerned with whether or not it's good. And honestly, as you all are connecting with your inner children, I implore you to throw the idea of perfection out the window. Just do stuff, If you're trying to paint something or do a tie-dye t-shirt and it comes out being all blotchy, you tried it, you attempted it. Go for it. If you want to try scrapbooking and you do like a couple pages and you don't like them, it's okay. It's not about it being perfect. It's about you doing it. It was cool because as I sat there painting, so what they do is they, like when you get your ceramics, you go to the table and a person will come out and they'll give you the rundown of all of the different things that you can paint. And they brought out a plate and then they showed you on the plate, like there were like almost like slices of the plate. So the plate was broken up into different slices and in each slice was a different like artwork style. And it was really, really cool. And so they were like, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this. They were like, you could do marbling. And I was like, marbling? That's me. Let's go. I'm all for the swirls. Swirls for the girls all over the world, face ass. And so they told us that we had to put 3 coats of paint on the ceramics so that when they go in the kiln where like the fire heats up and like essentially cooks this shit, they were like, you don't want it to be faded, so you want to make sure that you put 3 coats of paint on it. So I was sitting there with my paintbrush and I'm painting and I was just listening to the conversation happening around me and I was at such peace. I had such a good time, y'all. I had such a good time. That is a beautiful date idea. 13 minutes and 23 seconds as I say that. So for those of you who are trying to think of date ideas or you're trying to think of things to do with people that you love, I would say go to a location where you can paint pottery that they have there. It's a really cool thing. It's really cool to do. And when we went, it's not that expensive. So the only thing that you pay for is the piece at All Fired Up. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Again, I only ever share the things that I've paid for and that I use because I like to share things that I do, but you guys never have to buy anything, obviously. And for those of you who are new here, hi, hello. My name is Yasha. Excuse me, I also go by Tato the Penguin. I usually do this intro at the beginning, but I was just kind of moved to get right to it. But yeah, I don't know why I started doing my intro. I feel like that was going to be a segue into something and I can't remember what the segue was going to be. But yeah, if you are interested in, oh yeah, I started doing that intro because I was saying I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just enjoy doing certain things and I'm like, hey, if you guys want to have a good time doing this, you should go. So I would recommend people go do pottery. If you are trying to like start a community and you're trying to do stuff with your girlfriends or just your friends in general, go to a pottery. There's one thing I really want to do that I haven't done. It's going and painting, and it's like wine and painting. And there's some places that offer it where you can go and you paint, and then they serve wine, and they literally, it's a class, and they will walk you and your party of people through the process of painting a picture. And I just think that stuff's so cool. Like, I love human beings doing things like that. Like, it's just really neat. It's just really neat. 15 minutes and 15 seconds as I say that. There's so much beauty in the world, and it's really cool to sit around a table with other people, and we're all painting and talking about various things and laughing and joking and just having a good time and being creative. I loved it. It was amazing. And then after that, to watch Studio Ghibli movies. I also was surprised at how funny Howl's Moving Castle was. Anytime I heard people talk about that anime, I always assumed, like that movie, I always assumed it was just very, very serious the whole time, and that it was very just, loving, but it was funny. I was cackling frequently during this movie. I was surprised. I was like, I can't believe it's this funny. So we had a really good time. I ate a lot of fruit today because they served a lot of fruit. It was great. I had a good time. And I also got permission from my friends to talk about them more in my videos. They were like, no, yeah, like we get the whole, you trying to protect people's identities and stuff, but they were like, you could talk about us. They all go to Full Sail. And they're all artists. They're all either going into film, or they're going into like photography, or they want to make production companies. Like, these are some talented people. And I actually met a new person today, and he was super dope. And today was actually the first day that I said out loud, like, that I want to do, like, influencing, like, content creation. Like, that's online content creation is what I want to do. And it's the first time, because I met this new person, at our little get together, and he was like, yeah, so it's if you go to Full Sail and you're going to parties, the frequent questions that are asked are, so why are you at Full Sail? Like, what are you wanting to do? And some people are like, oh, I want to do horror, film horror. Some people are like, I want to make video games. I want to be an animator. I want to do 17 minutes and 17 seconds. So if you're an animator, hello, how you doing? Glad to see you. Hope you're feeling lovely. Hope you're having a good time here. So ordinarily I would be like, oh, I try to come up with a realistic lie. I've always done that. Whenever I've been interested in doing things that are creative that I feel like people wouldn't understand, I would very quickly lie and say, oh, I work in human resources, or that's what I'm trying to do, because it's just easier. But I was moved to not lie about it and to just be upfront about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually being moved to content create and do stuff online. And I talked about wanting to stream, and everybody was super supportive, and they were like, you should totally do it. Like, we want to support you, so get it going. And then they gave me some ideas, and I was like, oh shit, like, this is crazy. So it was just a really inspiring and motivating day. I'm always inspired and motivated by other artists. It's pretty great. So did that. Felt good. Let me get some more water. My mouth is mighty dry. We had ramen, and that was really good. Of course, if I'm being honest, my noodle soup of choice will always be pho. I love pho so much. For those of you that don't know, it is a Vietnamese soup. Rice noodle soup, and it's absolutely to die for. It's delicious. I love taking people out to pho for the first time. They're like, what's that? I'm like, hop in, loser, we're going to get food. Like, I get so excited about it because it's so good. But the ramen was pretty good. It was like it was a braised beef brisket in ramen. It was pretty good. I wish that it had a boiled egg in it. I'm a big sucker for boiled eggs in like my like Asian dishes in particular. When I lived in Boston, I went to this place, I can't remember the name, but they had a Japanese curry with like the fried chicken on top. Oh my god, it was incredible, and they always put a boiled egg in there. I always pretended and imagined that they did that special for me because they loved me. It was so good. I'm a big foodie. I had Korean barbecue for the first time many years ago and it was delicious, and I've been meaning to go back and I just haven't. I'm sorry if you're hungry and I'm making it worse. But it was a really good day. But those realizations from yesterday, the realizations that I am currently living the path, there is no like trying to manifest, there is no attempting to attract. Like, I'm already living it, and it's a matter of seeing what I desire already happening and being grateful for it when it happens, like that. Because you know, reflecting back on everything that I've been doing and kind of the way that I've been running my life, it's a lot to come to a realization that kind of changes what you've been doing. So I was glad to get out of the house today and to have other stuff to do. So tomorrow I think I'm gonna chill out and I'm going to get some work done. Maybe, we'll see. Tomorrow might be another video game day. I'm gonna play some more Stumble Guys and maybe try to see how I can get the streaming set up and see how I can maybe record myself playing. I have that list of 15 things that I can start doing. I'm really excited to get working on that when I do. Also, it was a really good day for me because I actually historically have been allergic to cats, and excuse me, one of our friends, she brought her cat, and I love him so much. He's so old. Like, he's not really old. He's a young boy, but he's like a Siamese cat. So he's very like, he has mood. He's so moody. He has attitude. And he sat behind me the entire time we were watching Howl's Moving Castle, and I was just massaging his little chest and scratching his head and just really enjoying his presence and really enjoying not having like an allergy outbreak, and that was really nice. I really enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, man, Howl's Moving Castle, it's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful love story. Love it. Love it so much. I find that I am more and more and more loving seeing other people happy, seeing, you know, people get that love and attention. Also, the cool thing about Studio Ghibli movies is that women are rarely like sexualized. That is something that I really like. Like, the animation style is very much so kind of like the 90s era of anime, where characters were built pretty normal, you know? I feel like after the 90s, a lot of anime started doing kind of the ridiculous, like, physiques for men and women. And just Studio Ghibli just has such a reverence for, like, the human form. And I love it. I love to see it. But yeah, it's really great. It's really, really great. We were talking about doing a Hunter x Hunter watch party and just, like, going back through and watching some of those episodes, and I was like, count me in, because I'm always down to watch, you know, good anime. I mean, if it's funny, I'll even watch a bad anime. There's just something about watching cartoons that eases my mind. Animated things. Excuse me. Animated things tend to ease my mind a bit better. Or not a bit better, but like they ease my mind more than like live action things. So that was beautiful. And baseballs. So, feeling really, really nice tonight and today. My legs are still really sore, so I'm wondering what that's about, but I'm sure that will be okay and it'll work itself out. It's really interesting just living life is an interesting thing to do. 24 minutes and 24 seconds as I say that. It's like to live and to actively be in the moments that you're in. There's so much more that you notice. So like for me, today I really locked it into being where I was. So I tried my best not to be on my phone. Excuse me. My apologies. Your girl is tired. But there were so many more jokes that I caught because I wasn't on my phone. I was able to see the dynamics between the people present. I was able to ask questions and have conversations, and it was just really nice. It was just really nice being social. So tomorrow I actually am excited to be, kind of at the apartment so that I can do some of the stuff that I need to do tomorrow, or that I want to do. We'll see. And I keep saying that because it's my goal to continue to allow myself the flexibility to do things when I want to do them, because I can right now, Man, I'm tired. But look here, man. It is February 4th. At the time that I'm recording this, it's like 2 a.m. And it was so interesting to watch movies that centered around love, like loving other people. It's like in Princess Mononoke. Spoilers for Princess Mononoke. I mean, not really. Like, kind of the main big thing that's talked about is the fact that the demons of hatred turn us into people and creatures that we don't recognize. And I think it's so important when you are dealing with people who wronged you, or you're dealing with people who you're angry with for whatever reason. I think it's really important to go through those things and to heal those situations and those relationships so that you can move forward. I do believe the best type of revenge on a person that mistreated you, a partner or spouse that cheated on you, or somebody who betrayed your trust, I think the best revenge, in my opinion, is to live an amazingly happy life without them and to just move forward. Because the thing about taking place, my goodness, I'm tired. The thing about being revenge focused and wanting to mess up somebody else's time is that you're involving yourself in it to the point where you gain like that pettiness, or you gain that dislike, and you carry that around with you, excuse me, until you decide to drop it. I don't ever want to hate anybody. I think that's something that, like, I joke, like in The Grinch That Stole Christmas, the live action Jim Carrey one, when he's going through the phone book and he's like yelling off of the cliff. So he's like, such and such who, I hate you. Like, he's reading all the names out of the book, and then he's like, hate, 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 hate. What did he say? Double hate. And then he said loathe entirely to like somebody's name. And that's really funny. But to actually live in a place of hatred is not good for you. It's not at all. Like, there are people who were shocked that I'm not angry at people who mistreated me. I'm like, why? Like, they're not thinking about me. Why would I waste any time thinking about them? Why would I give them free real estate in my mind that they're not paying for? They didn't sign subscriptions, They're not sponsoring my videos, so why am I giving them real estate? Don't know who that's for, but that's just me. I know some people are like, nah, like, I'm trying to get mine. And I mean, if you gotta do what you gotta do, I'm not gonna judge you. But for me, living a life where I'm happy and I'm living that happiness out loud, to me means so much more. There's so much worth in it to me. Man, this sleep is about to be amazing. I'm so excited. So excited. I don't know if any of you are like this, but like, sleep is so magical. It's so immaculate. There are times where I listen to my own videos and will fall asleep 29 minutes and 29 seconds as I say that. And I'm realizing what you guys are saying. It really is ASMR, because it's like there's not a lot of noise happening in my videos. I'm in a closet, and for the most part, if you do hear anything, it's like a fan or a noise machine in the background. But for the most part, it's pretty tame energy. And so sometimes I'll watch my videos back just to check certain parts and to make sure things look okay. And one of the big things I check is to make sure that the sound works, because I know sometimes I've recorded videos and like halfway through the sound cuts off. And then it's like, well, why would I post the whole video? I might as well just, in the YouTube editing studio, just edit it down so that it's just the part where I'm talking. So that's part of the reason that I do it. Life is good. Life is good, guys. Get some more water. Yeah. Trying to think if I have anything specific for you all that I wanted to talk about. I'm a big fan of like affirmations and stuff like that, so now excuse me. Now might be a good time for some affirmations. You fucking got this, bitch. You're amazing. If you're watching my video right now and you are at 31 minutes in, I'm here to tell you that you are amazing. You are incredible. You are intelligent. You're smart. You are powerful. So powerful. You are a creator and you are constantly co-creating with the universe. Creating moments, creating love, creating connections, creating understandings. You're in constant creation mode, doing shit, which is incredibly impressive. You change, you change people's lives just by getting to know them, just by asking them questions and being there for them when they need it. You know? When you smile or you laugh in public, people see it. And sometimes it inspires them and you don't even know, because you were focused on what you were doing. You guys are incredible. And you are loved by spirit, by the collective, by God, by Allah, by, the universe. Whatever you wish to call that one energy, that force that flows through all of us. You are loved in that area, and you are supported. And anytime you have questions and you're curious, you can just ask. You can ask before bed, you can ask throughout the day, you can ask first thing in the morning, and you will receive answers, because you are connected. You're connected. You all are far more connected than you realize and even give yourselves credit for. Some of you go off and you find tarot card reading videos all the time because you're just really uncomfortable with the fact that you don't know what's going on. But the truth of the matter is that you don't need all those tarot card readings. Now, it doesn't mean it's bad that you seek them out, because even I will seek out reinforcement, positive reinforcement. I seek it out. I enjoy it. My sister does tarot card readings for me. I do tarot card readings for myself. I get videos on my page that are very specific to my experience, and I really enjoy that process. So yeah, man. It's all good. All good in the hood. The little hair, the little wig hair. I believe tonight's video is going to be quite a bit shorter than usual. Usually I at least get to the hour mark. But your girl is tired. Wore myself out having a good time today. And it was interesting because when I woke up this morning, I actually was in a bland gray mood. And instead of questioning it, I just allowed myself to feel that. Like, I allowed myself to feel the gray, and I just got dressed, you know, got my morning water in, all this good stuff. And I was talking to my sister in the car as we were driving to meet up with, you know, all of our party people. And maybe about 15 minutes into our drive, I started to feel alive and awake, and the joy hit me. And I was like, wow, so sometimes my body, you know, is just kind of in energy saving mode, I guess, where I don't feel to smile, I don't feel to laugh, I don't feel to joke. I'm just kind of existing. And historically, I've tried to pressure myself into feeling better. 35 minutes and 35 seconds as I say that. So I don't know who this is for, but it's okay to have gray days or to have gray mornings where you're not feeling too hot, and you just sit in that space for a while and you respect it. Because again, I believe that the human body after a certain point forces us to rest when it needs it. I think that's why certain people, they don't get sick, but when they do, it hits them really hard, and it's because they don't usually have a reason to rest. So I think if you do get sick, or if you are tired, or if you're just not having a good day, use that as an opportunity to rest your spirit and your mind and your emotions. You know? Be kind to your body, be kind to your spirit. Super be kind to your body, because that's what's carting you around, that's what's carrying you around. It's what's getting you from point A to point B, allowing you to live this human experience. So take care of it. Drink your water, eat your vegetables, eat your fruit, all that good stuff. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world, everybody. So tired. I have a couple questions for you all that I'm going to leave you with, and then I'm going to take off. I think, and you can either answer these in the comments, or you can hold on to them and you can answer them for yourself. But I think they're things that you should think about. Let's just say you're sitting or standing somewhere and a Doctor Strange style portal opens up. 37 minutes and 37 seconds as I say this. And the version of you that walks out is the most successful version of you. It's the version of you that is at the end result of your desires. I would like for you to think about, what does that person look like? How do they talk? What do they smell like? How do they walk? What are they wearing? What are the things that they enjoy talking about the most? That version of yourself. So that's the first question. The second question is, when you're thinking, like when you're sitting and you're contemplating, where do you spend most of your time in your mind? Are you thinking about the future? Are you thinking about the past? Are you a person who focuses on the present? Are you a person who doesn't usually take the time to think because you constantly need like mental stimulation? And if you do, that's fine. These are just questions. I think when it comes to being aware of self and knowing self, I think this is one of the things that we can do for ourselves, is to ask questions and to be curious about ourselves. So where do you spend, if you are spending any time in your head, past, present, or future? Where are you usually mentally? Another question. Let's just say that you have an infinite amount of money, infinite abundance, which you do in escrow. What is your perfect day? What does that day look like to you? It could be any day, it could be any season, but walk through that. Either write it out, talk it out to yourself, do a notes app or something, you can put it in the comments, but what does a perfect day look like to you? And after you've described that perfect day, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? And are there things that you're doing now that reflect in some way that life, that lifestyle? You know, that perfect day. Thought it was really funny because I had said that I had contemplated, and I had said that if the TikTok ban was not for real and it wasn't serious, then I would re-download TikTok so that I could do shorter form videos for you guys, and I could do little pot shots of videos for y'all. And today the people, you know, all the people at our little birthday get together that I was talking to were like, bro, you need to get on TikTok because the reach is crazy. And I was like, well, let me go look it up, let me see. And I went on there, and it says that downloading for the app is paused because of the United States, like, stuff that's going on. And I thought that that was interesting. I've never had that happen where I've attempted to download an app, and because of legal things, I couldn't download it. But I kind of smiled to myself because I was like, well, I guess I'm not supposed to have it right now. I'm still using RedNote. Not a whole lot, though. I'm mainly an Instagram Reels girly. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I be on Instagram all the time, and I think it's just because the way Instagram is set up, it's the one app that I've been consistently using for years. I've had many accounts on there that I've deleted or gotten rid of. You know, it's just easy to use, honestly. So that's why I be on there. And then, you know, you can flip through videos very similarly to TikTok, so that's where I've been for so long. So I'm sure that I'll come back with TikTok videos if I'm able to download that at some point. But I don't know if I would dress like this in those videos. Those videos might be different because I wear this primarily for these videos, for this series, which I forget what I called it. But if I'm doing other stuff, you know, pot shots, like story times or whatever, I don't know how I would dress in those. Things to consider, things to contemplate. Well, anyways, I adore you all so much, and thank you for being here with me when I do these videos. Thank you for watching. For those of you who are liking and subscribing, I appreciate you. For those of you who are commenting, I really appreciate you. I love going through, like, I have a specific time in my day that I block out to read you guys' comments and respond, and I love it. I love that I can do that now. But I really love and appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And I want you to win so badly. I want to hear about your wins. I want to see comments about you guys' wins, even if they seem small. I would love to see them in the comments. Because you guys are super dope. Well, I believe that's all I have tonight. I love you guys so much. And I will holler at you in tonight's video. Keep it tight. Keep it right. You know, be amazing to each other. Be excellent to each other. Be loving to each other. Love on yourself. Because it's Friday the 4th. Love on yourself. Take care of yourself. And I will see you guys in tomorrow night's video. Mwah.